Alright, welcome back to the Supercoach Enough channel. In this video we're going to review round 9 of the 2024 NRL Fantasy season. So I forgot to go back to round 9. So a solid week I suppose, 801, but you can see the round rank is about, what, might as well say 50k, and we have slipped just outside the top 20k, so probably missing a couple of big hitters in our team. Hopefully we can fix that up this week. But if we have a look at the team, we've got Harry Grant with 52. Um, so solid, we'll take that. Xavier Wilson with a 29. Playing off the bench, probably about all we could expect. But Ruben Cotter with an 83 was fantastic. And then Cam Murray with a 40 and an injury. So we were going to trade him out eventually, but that move has been somewhat forced. Our second row, Finny Filiaki with a 34, continues to make us some good money. Sean Bloor with 43, so he's going really well. Nico Hines was our captain, and with 72, I think that was the right call. I guess Ruben Cotter would have been slightly higher, but solid return from Nico. Galvin with a 39, obviously coming in for Cleary, who was out with his injury. Iro and Kiraz both solid in our centres, 44, 37 respectively. Tommy Turbo with 51, fantastic. Ryan Pappenhausen was looking good and then has re-injured himself, so 34 and trade. Jack Bostock with 14. So we've been trying to hold him for the Origin period. Don't know if it's going to quite work out, but we'll stick fat for the time being. And then on our bench we had Brayley with a 32, a little bit underwhelming there, considering he played the 80. Josh Curran with a 42, and the starting front row was good. KO Weeks with 57 was awesome, obviously bringing him in for Strange. I didn't actually check Ethan Strange's score, so I should just quickly do that. That's the wrong game. Where was it there? It was way back when. 57, and the fact I can't see him yet. Yeah, 35 for Strange, so I think that was the right call there to trade out Strange and get in Weeks. Any chance of going back to my team? Armstrong with a 26, obviously a weather affected game was going to limit his upside, so we could have taken either Salmon or Hughes' 30s, but that's okay. So I guess the two obvious ones this week: Cam Murray, Ryan Pappenhausen out, and we've already got a fair bit of money in the bank, so it's really just about who do we want to bring in. So actually, what we should do is throw them on the bench, so that way we've got a few more options around our trades. So let's do it. Let's go shopping. So Murray and Pappenhausen, where is he? So if we have a look, it's based on average. So obviously we've got Isaiah Yeo averaging 64, but Origin coming up. Same sort of story for Fafita. Would love to have him in the team, but I guess Origin is a concern. Carrigan and Haas are in that same boat. Sean Johnson, averaging 60. We could potentially bring him in. What do we got? 1 point. Yeah. So, man, we could easily bring him in. Fanua Blake in the middle. So, I guess the issue with bringing in SJ as a half is we've already got a few halves. We probably need to cover some other areas, but we'll have a look. So, Hopgood would be nice to have. Just a little concern that he'll be in the Origin team for Queensland, and we'll have to cover him. Jerome Hughes got injured, so I guess the one he's already made 200k, but he's absolutely carving up, and probably part of the reason why we're not doing so well. Angus Crichton. So, I mean, we've still got almost 200k. So if we did want to get, say, Hopgood, well, we'd have to trade out the 600k option, which doesn't make the most sense. So let's make those two trades anyway, and we'll see how we look. So I think we've definitely got to get Angus in the starting team. So still a bit weak in their middles, having to play Wilson, Salmon, or Hughes. So I guess this is the only argument against getting Sean Johnson. So I mean, go back to our trades. So we can reverse that trade. And I guess we could go for Neil Blake, obviously, but he won't play round 13. So similar story with Tohu. So let's just try and find the right player. Watson went well on the weekend, but I don't think we'll back him in for a 91 every week. Cam McInnes, outside chance of Origin. Um, Terrell Mays, played another good game this week. Could be in. So do we go like a Max Plath? We've wanted him for a while. Could bring him in. So obviously you could play him in the middle. It looks a little bit stronger. Ideally Cleary will get up, but if not, we'll just leave Galvin there. Um, and then I guess Weeks and Stewart on the bye, so we're pretty well stuck with our back five the way it is. So I guess we do have a bit of cover through our middles, but again, the likes of Salmon and Hughes are more for Origin, similar with Willison. So we'll hang on to them. We won't panic trade. I guess it is a bit tricky looking at this going, oh, we're sliding, but when we think about we're well set up for round 13, 14, or at least I believe we are. Might have to get on the buy planner and have a look, which we should probably go through at some stage before Origin as well. Free buy planner available online. So, I guess, I don't know, something like that. I guess you can always loop Willison in into their play fairly early, I would have thought. Around, well, it's actually the Dogs' first. Oh, it's a bit tricky given it's 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock on Friday. Really got to be paying attention to what's going on. But you certainly could have a go if you wanted to. Put Weeks in there and then see how Hughes goes. If not, Wilson gets moved up. Something like that. I guess it all depends on Cleary. If he's playing, obviously that'll change it a bit. Galvin will find his way onto the bench. But yeah, it's nice to have those two in the team. Still got a heap of cash. So I mean, could we still go for a Sean Johnson? What's he worth? 887. Well, what if we bring him in? Now we've done the two trades. So we need 448. Which sounds a little bit easier to get to. I mean, we could upgrade Finney Filiaki. We've got Salmon and Wilson that can cover the edge, and Curran as well. So plenty of edge cover. But he does play round 13. Sean Johnson does not. Do the Broncos? They're not playing round 13. Maybe we chop Wilson at this point. So it's a bit aggressive. We're burning trades, but let's have a look how this looks. And so obviously we'll play Galvin. Particularly they've got the Saturday Arvo game out at Tamworth. So hopefully a fast track out there. Obviously if Cleary comes in, that'll help a lot. So maybe slide him up into number 4. So I guess it always looks pretty good having the three sort of gun halves in your team. We've got Crichton and Plath, a bit more depth through the middle edge spots. Yeah, maybe something like that. Obviously, we've got to wait on team lists and stuff, but that sort of squad would be pretty decent, I would have thought, going forward. So, something to consider anyway. But we'll have a look at the head to head. I should have done that first before I started talking trades. But got the win against best ping across the land. So I think that's a combination of Ponga, Phoenix, Crossland there. So nice one, Braden. So let's see. So he's got Damien Cook at hooker. 36 is okay. Be interesting to see how they go with Hornby running the show. He made a few late changes, but I guess keep an eye out on team list this week. Latrell back as well will be helpful. Brandon Smith went off injured, I think, so that's unfortunate. Um, had Jeremiah Nanai with the 62, so solid return there. So Johnson and SJ and Hines, saying the same person twice there. So Val Holmes with the 36, so snuck 1 point in there. CNK with the 68, great return, obviously compared to Bostock. So, that was him as captain, so 34 as captain. So obviously that's a big difference there, getting on Nico Hines for an extra 40 points in the captaincy. So that might have been the difference, wasn't it? 55 is pretty close. Guess Ruben Cotter as well. I just sort of glanced past, but 83 obviously adds a lot to the middle forwards there. But Grant on the bench, Armstrong, I had Galvin, had it in the field. Finifuaki, so missed out on Weeks' points, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I guess good week there. If we take a look at all the matchups, I think we should see another good week for a couple of the boys. Big Keith with a 1914 over Helen Keller's optometrist, so I think that might be their first loss for the season from memory. But Big Keith, he had Harry Grant, Murray, Carrigan, Cotter has Crichton, which is awesome. Plath in the halves, nice. Uh, must have ran out of. I know, had Kiraz slot in there, and that worked out well. Sam Hughes, 37, coming onto the bench there for a score would have been very handy. Bateman with 57, so just a very solid all round team by the look of it. Good stuff. Go back. Any other big scores? 908 from Wepo's winners. So Wepo had Robson 73, had Angus Crichton. So I think this is why we've got to get Angus in. Everyone else has got him. That's up and about. Cotter on the bench. Had Fuller as well. Actually, I don't have Fuller. I've got Bostock. Joey Gray, that's unfortunate, gone down injured. And Rusty Drumbone's struggling to remember to log in. Cool. All right. Well, can you see the ladder? There we go. Yeah. So Titanic has moved up. Oh, so 7 and 2 I thought that was their first loss, but 7 and a draw is enough to sneak Titanic 2024 into the league. Can see points scored is quite low compared to some of the others, so maybe a bit of luck in the draw. Never hurt anyone. But a few of us there on 6 and 3, just struggling with the points differential. Must work on points scored or something because yeah, the mine are quite low. But points against have been quite handy, so that's worked out well for me. But yeah, just look at it, must be wins and then points scored, which I think is fair. You know, it reflects those that are doing well overall, like Wepo. Eric, what could possibly go wrong? Big Keith's been up there for most of the season, so it's good to see. All right, but I think that's about all the areas we need to cover for this video. Obviously, we've got the team lists will come out tomorrow. We'll do tops, chops, traps, and slaps on Wednesday. Round preview will be out Thursday morning, and we'll go from there. But I guess if we've got nothing else, I'll wrap it up there. So, as always, feel free to comment below this video. Give us a like if you enjoy the fantasy content. Subscribe to the channel, and I should thank everyone who has got on recently. We are now over 360. I think we've been around the 350 mark for a little while, so a few new people getting on, which is great to see. But other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.